Hey, in this video, I'm going to be talking about the actions of the right wrist and forearm in a textbook or tour level golf swing. We're going to figure out what you need to do differently in order to increase your power and accuracy by the correct actions of these joints. Stay tuned. Hey, this is Steve with HitItLonger.com. I would love to help you make your golf swing better this year. All right, to begin with, I'm going to discuss the actions, the basic actions of the right forearm and wrist, and there's 6 of them. It's important to know so that you know if you're using too much of one, not enough of another, and how you're going to be able to fix that so you can hit it longer and straighter. So here we've got extension of the right wrist. That's just pinning it back like this, and you've got the opposite would be flexion. Makes a nice little throwing motion right there, doesn't it? If I were to put a golf ball in there or something and just kind of lever action that thing, nice little throwing move. Okay, then you've got supination. That's the act of turning the palm this way, so it's up. Then you've got pronation, which is the act of turning the palm this way, down. Then you've got 2 more. You've got ulnar deviation, just turning that wrist down, and then you've got radial flexion, means turning this wrist up like that. Now, in a really good golf swing, you're going to use as much flexion and extension as you could possibly get in a whipping sort of action, like you were going to whip a baseball or skip a rock. You're going to do this. You're going to go from very supply from extension, like a rubber band snapping, into flexion like that. Keep that in mind. If you can do extension flexion, let's take a look at really good release, one that would have power and accuracy. You're only going to see extension and flexion like this. Club's an extension back here, the arms and the wrist are an extension. I'm starting to throw this thing into flexion way back there. You're just seeing the response now. So in those motions I just showed you, we've got the club moving around a really good arc with the club face square to the arc. If you only do this and this, I mean, look what happens to that club face on a horizontal plane. You see, the toe of that club just stays up, 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 up. Now, incline it to about 60 degrees and you'll see it's the same action. It's just going right around the paddle wheel. At 60 degrees of incline, or 30 degrees of incline, 60 degrees up, staying true to the arc. So how am I doing that? I'm doing that with the proper positioning of all the big muscles, the big chunks of meat in the body. And I want to show you, as your body position gets further and further off course, the more you're going to have to add the other 2 pairs of motions, which will make power and accuracy a little harder to attain. So for example, if I were to come in from the same halfway down slot position, but I'm gonna do a little different pivot, kind of shift my weight to right field instead of around to left field. I'm gonna shift it to right field and stand up, lose the angle, right? Now all of a sudden I'm gonna have to introduce more ulnar deviation in order to get the club to meet the ground, like this. Additionally, here I am in a good slot. I'm good at the top, and now I start to drive this way, stand up one way or another. I stand up, and I go into ulnar deviation here to make the club meet the grass. It's now tall, but also the face is open. Why? Because that pivot action, that standing up, did not afford me, number one, enough rotation to keep the club working around the circle or the arc. But secondly, the pelvis is also now in the way. See, I didn't keep this arc free, this space right here around me for the handle to come on around this way. I didn't save that space. My left thigh and my left hip are now occupying this space. Now the handle of the club is not going to be able to make a nice, neat curve, both leftwards, upwards, and slowing down. You're going to have to compromise that. So what are you going to have to do to correct that? This way, if your handle is moving, well, either too vertically, because you'd be tall there, or too rightwards. If your handle's working its way out, less curving, more linearly out to the right, not only are you going to have to put more ulnar deviation into it, but you're going to have to put more of this. In this case, the left wrist is supinating. The right wrist will be pronating a lot. And look at that toe action going open to closed very rapidly. So you can see the idea. You could actually measure just right arm and wrist how good your swing is doing. If you can just do this, like you're taking a paintbrush and just painting horizontally with just your wrist like this, if you add the right body position, that's simply how the right wrist and forearm are going to work. That would look like that. Let's hit a couple like that, and we'll see if we can slow one down and catch it just right in the right area of the swing to see it well. So all right, there's a good straight shot on target. Let's take a look at that in slow-mo, and we're going to see how this right forearm is not going to turn this way, really, or this way either. It's just, it goes back neutral, comes through neutral, so there's not any turning. The arm bones stay stacked on one on top of each other all the way around the arc. Now, of course, when it comes to ulnar deviation, you're going to see that swing. Now, I didn't have much ulnar deviation there relative to where I started, but you got to understand that ulnar deviation will be progressively bigger and bigger as the clubs get shorter and shorter, right? So a driver is longer, it's going to sit flatter, and so it would require a little bit more of a neutral wrist flapping all the way around compared to a pitching wedge. It's going to be more like 65 degrees tall. And of course, you can see right at address, there's some built-in ulnar deviation right there. So it's going to change slightly. It will also change slightly through impact, generally a little bit taller because of the way that the club is pulling on the hands and the shaft is bowing and doing its bending, very slight. But most people will come in with a little bit more ulnar deviation at impact than where they started, especially with the shorter irons. You're going to see a little bit of that because that's the way they're set. So you're going to see just a little variance in ulnar deviation, but as a general rule, what you're looking for here is maximize this action. Don't try to delay it. Don't go slow and try to guide it, but instead, like you're gonna slam a door or slap somebody. You're gonna do what Will Smith did to Chris Rock. That's with the free whipping wrist. You can almost hear it if you do it fast enough. You're looking to maximize that. Well, you're looking to position the body through impact in such a way that you can minimize both this action and this action. This is going to help you greatly control the club face. The thing comes in square and exits square, looking like that rather than like that, which becomes a heck of a lot more difficult to time on a day-to-day basis. Hey, hopefully this will illustrate for you. Hopefully this kind of decodes the secret of what that right wrist is supposed to do through impact and how actions are highly related to the body position that you're in as you strike the ball. So if you want to improve that release and get that flapping for power and accuracy, you gotta probably get your body in better position coming down. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope that you'll like and subscribe for more content like this. Head over to my website, hititlonger.com. You're gonna find it's a huge resource. Videos and articles are gonna help you get better. Lots of great products as well. Also, coming up, I'm going to be fixing swings by viewers. So if you would like that and you'd like to be featured in an upcoming video and get some free swing help, then by all means send your trimmed 3-second swing video to me at steve@hititlonger.com. Again, it's got to be trimmed short or it won't fit in an email very well. So about 3 seconds or so, just the swing, got to edit that. Send it to me, and if it's bad enough or good enough, I will use it in an upcoming video and hopefully help you. All right, as usual, I'll either see you in the next video or I'll see you longer and straighter down the fairway. Everybody take good care.